Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Val. This is Beautifully Shattered Val. Today, I kind of want to just play with makeup. I haven't filmed in a while. It's probably been like 4 or 5 days, and I've just been so busy with work and other things. I just haven't had time to sit down and make a video. So I decided that I just wanted to sit down, play with some makeup, and I picked up the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop Zodiac Pigments. So I have not seen anyone do a full eye look just using strictly the pigments. I kind of want to try it and see if I can do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer on so that can start working. And then we will go into the eyes, but I want this to start working its magic. And in all honesty, it needs to sit on your face for a little bit and kind of, you know, seep in and fill in those pores and do all that fun stuff that it needs to do. I went ahead and I put my Tatcha Silk Canvas on. I'm going to let it sit in and soak into my skin and work its magic, do its thing. And I'm going to prime my eyes and get them ready to go. I'm going to use the Louise Base to do that. So I just apply a little bit to my eyelids, and then I use a brush, and I kind of work that product in. And I feel so weird sitting here in front of the camera today since it's been so long. It's almost like I forgot what I was doing. I like to bring that under the eye. I feel like it helps. So that's what we're doing, because we always run shadow under the eye. So I just feel like, I don't know, it just feels necessary, if that makes any sense. I take the, I flip my brush over, and I just make sure that the primer is just smooth. Now I'm going to let that sit for a minute. While it's sitting, I'm going to go in with my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. Go ahead and brush out the brows there first. I just go in and do a little bit of filling. I have some pretty decent brows, so I don't need a whole lot of product. I just fill in the sparseness. So there we have it. Brows are on. So we're going to start playing with the pigments that are in here. I really don't have any idea what I'm going to do yet. We are just going to play. Really, that's all we're going to do. So I'm not really sure. I'm going to kind of gather my thoughts here and decide what I'm going to do, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so I picked out a few colors. I know I look like a hot mess. I took a shower this morning, went to breakfast with my son, and threw my hair back, and I've just been having a lazy day, not really doing much of anything. So it is what it is, and it really doesn't matter. I just kind of want to play with makeup, and I'm waiting to see if my mom wants to go to dinner, so I'm waiting to hear back from her. So what better time than now to go ahead and dive in with these pigments. So I've watched a couple videos And I noticed or learned, or whatever you want to call it, it is best to use these pigments wet. So whether you use, I guess, wet or with the glitter glue, so one or the other. I'm going to start out with the Twins, and that is this beautiful shade. I don't know if you can see that, but this is the color I'm going to start with. So I'm going to go in with the JH41, and this is what that brush looks like. Just a simple flat brush. I'm going to go ahead and just try them wet. I don't think I really want to put glitter glue all over my lids today. So I think I'm just going to use my, this is the Coconut MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm just going to pick up some of that pigment. And I know that these are all glitter, and that's probably why nobody has done, or glitter shimmer. I know that these are all glittery, shimmery shades, and that's probably why I haven't seen anybody do a full eye look just using the pigments. But I'd like to give it a go. So I'm going to go ahead and run this shade into my crease. And this might be a complete failure, but sorry about my dogs. We won't know if we don't try. So I'm just gonna try, and we will kind of see what happens. I'm just bringing it up a little bit. Now, the funny thing is, I'm starting out with the Twins, and my husband is a Gemini. So, yeah, it just kind of seems ironic that I would start out with that shade. So here we go, just running that through the crease on the other side. And like I said, not really sure what I'm gonna do yet. Rexy buddy, you need to go. Yeah. And I don't really want to bring it up too. I mean, I kind of want it peeking out there right above the crease. But I don't want to go like too high with this shade. My dog is in here. He seems to think that he needs to be where I'm at. I'm going to be using the same brush, and I'm going to be using a brush cleaner. This one just happens to be by Younique, and I will clean my brush. I'm going to clean my brush between shades. So the next shade I'm going to go into is called the Scorpion. And I am trying so hard not to make a mess. But this is what the Scorpion looks like. I'm going to wet my brush with the MAC Fix Plus. And this shade, I'm actually going to take a little bit higher than the twins. And I'm just doing this rounded kind of shape, bringing it down into the inner corner. And I'm using very, very, very light pressure. I'm not pressing down real hard. I'm just kind of letting the color and the pigment there just kind of glide on very, very, very lightly. Go ahead and do the other side. All right, so we got that color down. Now, that one was a Sagittarius. And I did get some all the way down onto my lid, but that's okay. It will be covered up. I'm gonna go ahead and do my lid shade. For my lid, I'm going in with the scales. So this is what the scales looks like. This beautiful light pink. And it's got a lot of like a blue and a silver glitter to it. And I would say that this is very, very light. Like, it doesn't have a whole lot of pigment to the actual, maybe if I pack it on, but it's not showing up like nearly as pigmented as I thought that it would. It's just more glittery. Lots and lots of glitter. And I am just taking that from inner corner to outer corner. This is, like, I have not used these before. This is my very first time. I just got the box today and opened it up. And we are just testing these out together on camera, trying to see what works and what doesn't. If I can get a look out of just the pigments or not. I'm really liking that Sagittarius color that's at the top. I'm really liking that color. For my outer corner, I'm going to go ahead and use the Archer, because you know I like to darken up my outer corner. It's a duochrome kind of, and I'm really liking that. Just picking up a very little bit, tapping this on this outer corner. How many times can I say outer corner? I've got a mirror down below here I'm going to use. I'm going to bring this kind of up, run it into Sagittarius. Boy, did that darken that up. Hopefully I can do the same thing to the other side without screwing up. So we're gonna try that and I'll be right back. I really tried to get them as close as possible to looking the same. And I think I got them pretty close. I'm really liking the Archer. That color is just beautiful. I am going to take the Archer and I'm gonna grab one of my pencil brushes. Maybe a smudger brush. I'm gonna grab a different brush and I'm gonna try to run that underneath my lower lash line. Working with the pigments, I guess it's kind of difficult to blend them out. I would have to say that. You're kind of just laying down the product and going with it. I am going to attempt to do a little bit of blending. Let me grab a fluffy brush and see if I can maybe do a little bit of blending up in here. But really being patient and working with the shades. That is gonna be like, that's number one. I guess I can kind of blend them. Wow, I am loving that Archer color. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take my e.l.f. smudger brush. They're a small precision brush. I'm going to put a little bit of glitter glue underneath my lower lash line. And I'm gonna use this itty bitty brush to do that. And I'm putting that real tight. Up against my lashes. Sorry, I'm totally trying to focus on what I'm doing. Before that dries, I'm going in with the Archer. And we're just gonna adhere that to that glitter glue. I am really surprised that I may have pulled this off. The last shade that I'm gonna go into is the Maiden. Of course, I'm gonna use the Maiden on the inner corner. Just gonna use the same e.l.f. smudger brush that I was using for the lower lash line. Now this is what it looks like. I don't know if it's picking up. It is really not picking up the shimmer like at all. But it is super glittery, shimmery. But it's a different, like there's no base color to it. So it's really just putting glitter in the inner corner. All right, so I went ahead, I used 5 shades on my eyes, and I think I did a pretty good job. They have a shit ton of fallout. It's gonna happen. I'm going to clean up my face, get all this fallout and glitter off of it, and then we're gonna go in with foundation and finish up this whole look here. I went ahead and cleaned up the best that I could. I'm gonna use my CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir foundation. Since I already primed, we're good to go there. I am gonna use my Sigma F80 Flat Kabuki. I have not used it on camera as of yet. I don't think. I've played with it a couple of times now. I like to bring my foundation all the way up under my eye. Not everybody does, because they'll go in with concealer anyways. But there's just something about it. So I bring it all the way up. Foundation is on. I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This is a new tube, so I'm just going to conceal under my eyes, and I am going to use my beauty blender or my beauty sponge and try to stay out of that purple under there and just work up to it. I have started to set my under eye using the Becca Be a Light palette, and what I do is I just go into, I'm so sorry, I'm blinding you all. So I just go into this first lighter shade here. I bought this palette. I haven't been very happy with it. Like, it's not something that I use on a regular basis at all. But I totally should have returned it. I didn't like it from the get-go, but I did decide that I do kind of like the way that it looks under my eyes. So, and then just around my nose and kind of right up through here. That's all I do with it. I'm going to use my Tarte Hamptons Weekender palette. I'm going to use the bronzer and blush that is in this palette. The bronzer is called Farmer's Market. The blush is called Summer House. And if you're not careful with this, you can go in way too heavy-handed, like real fast. So I just barely dip in. And it gives me what I need. I am going to use my Amrezy highlighter, this one right here. Just going to hit the high points and kind of wrap it around into that brow bone area. But I'm also going to highlight my brow bone with it. Like, you see that? You can really make that pop if you want to. Just going to use a different brush and get in there on that brow bone. Just add a little bit more shimmer. I think I'm also going to put this on the inner corner, just to add a little something something. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Let's get those powders kind of mixed together. I have to say, since I started using the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer, I am absolutely loving the way that the foundation is sitting on my face. Like, it is so beautiful. I honestly don't know if you guys have noticed a difference or not, but it's like night and day. It looks so different. My face looks flawless. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's all I can say. I love it. I'm gonna take this beautiful color here. This is one of my Younique eyeliners. This one is in the shade Pompous. I'm gonna go ahead and run that in my waterline. It's kind of a berry color. And you can use this for lips or eyes. Because I went with kind of a pink and purple look, I thought that might work. Now I'm not 100% sold on it. I'm gonna go over it with this one right here. This is the shade Plush, and see if it will lighten it up just a teensy bit. And that's a little better. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my Tarte Maneater on my upper lash line. For mascara, I'm going to go in with Better Than Sex mascara. I'll throw this on and I'll come right back. All right, so I went ahead and threw on the mascara. For lips, I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with the shade Plush that I put in my waterline on top of Pompous. Now, I don't know, I just don't line my lips very often. And then I'm going to go over top of that with trying to decide what color I want to use. I think I'm going to go in with this Flower Beauty shade right here. It is called I'm Blushing. And this is what the applicator looks like. So you would push the product up into the sponge. I'm not a big fan of this type of applicator, but I've had this product for a little while and I might as well get some use out of it, because I would hate, I don't know, I really don't want it to go to waste. And that's actually a pretty good match for that liner that I put on. I'm just not a fan of the packaging of this, but the color is beautiful. It's a perfect nude. I'm actually very pleased with this look. I love the way that it turned out. It's much better than I anticipated. I was expecting this to be a complete disaster, and it's not, so that makes me very happy. I know I've got some kinks in my hair from wearing my hair back, pulled back in the ponytail. Not a whole lot I can do about that, but, you know, I have naturally curly hair. It is what it is. It just happens. This is the final look. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Be sure and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads. I can't wait to see you in my next video, and have a blessed day.